Writing. When people talk about legendary fighter jets, there are a few names that instantly stand out, and the F-14 Tomcat is always near the top of that list. This incredible aircraft became one of the most recognizable military jets ever built, combining speed, power, advanced technology, and a unique design that made it look like something straight out of the future. For decades, the F-14 Tomcat served as a symbol of American naval aviation, protecting aircraft carriers across the globe and proving itself as one of the most capable fighters of its era. The story of the F-14 Tomcat began during the Cold War, a time when the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a global competition for military superiority. The U.S. Navy needed a fighter aircraft capable of defending carrier battle groups from long-range bomber threats and anti-ship missiles. Existing aircraft were becoming outdated, and military planners wanted a fighter that could fly farther, faster, and carry more advanced weapons than anything that came before it. Grumman Aerospace answered the challenge with the F-14 Tomcat. The aircraft made its first flight in December 1970 and quickly demonstrated capabilities that impressed military leaders and pilots alike. One of the most distinctive features of the aircraft was its variable sweep-wing design. Unlike conventional fighter jets with fixed wings, the Tomcat's wings could move automatically depending on speed and flight conditions. During takeoff and landing, the wings extended outward to provide maximum lift and stability. At high speeds, they swept backward to reduce drag and increase performance. This unique feature allowed the aircraft to excel across a wide range of missions. The F-14 was powered by two powerful engines that gave it tremendous acceleration and speed. Capable of flying at more than twice the speed of sound, the Tomcat could rapidly intercept enemy aircraft long before they reached their targets. Its massive engines produced a thunderous roar that became famous among aviation enthusiasts and military personnel. Watching an F-14 launch from an aircraft carrier was an unforgettable experience. The jet would be catapulted off the deck, engines roaring at full power, climbing into the sky with incredible force and speed. One of the reasons the Tomcat became such an effective fighter was its advanced radar system. The aircraft carried the powerful AWG-9 radar, which was revolutionary for its time. This radar could detect and track multiple targets at long distances, giving pilots an enormous advantage in combat situations. It allowed the aircraft to engage enemy threats before they even realized they had been detected. In an era when technology often determined victory, the Tomcat represented a major leap forward. The aircraft was designed with a two-person crew. In the front cockpit sat the pilot, responsible for flying the aircraft and making tactical decisions. Behind the pilot sat the radar intercept officer, commonly known as the RIO. The RIO managed radar systems, navigation, communications, and weapons targeting. This division of responsibilities allowed both crew members to focus on their specific tasks, making the aircraft highly effective during complex combat missions. Perhaps the most feared weapon carried by the F-14 Tomcat was the AIM-54 Phoenix missile. This long-range missile was designed specifically to destroy enemy bombers before they could launch attacks against U.S. naval forces. The Phoenix missile could engage targets at extraordinary distances, giving the Tomcat unmatched interception capabilities. Combined with the AWG-9 radar, the aircraft could track multiple targets simultaneously and launch several missiles in quick succession. During the Cold War, this capability was considered a critical part of America's defense strategy. The Tomcat was not limited to long-range interception missions. It also carried a variety of other weapons, including AIM-7 Sparrow missiles, AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, bombs, rockets, and an internal 20mm M61 Vulcan cannon. This flexibility allowed the aircraft to perform air superiority missions, fleet defense operations, reconnaissance flights, and ground attack missions. As military needs evolved over time, the Tomcat adapted to meet new challenges. Life aboard an aircraft carrier demanded exceptional skill from Tomcat crews. Carrier operations are among the most challenging tasks in aviation. Pilots must launch from and land on a moving ship surrounded by ocean, often in difficult weather conditions and at night. Landing on a carrier requires precision timing and nerves of steel. The aircraft approaches the deck at high speed and must catch a steel arresting cable with a tailhook. Missing the cable means immediately applying full power and attempting another landing. Tomcat pilots became known for their professionalism and courage in mastering these difficult operations. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, the F-14 became a central component of U.S. Navy aviation. The aircraft deployed aboard carriers around the world, participating in countless training exercises, patrol missions, and military operations. Its presence alone often served as a deterrent, demonstrating American military power and readiness. Enemy pilots understood that encountering a Tomcat in the sky could place them at a serious disadvantage. The aircraft gained widespread public recognition thanks to popular culture. In 1986, the movie Top Gun introduced millions of people to naval aviation and featured the F-14 Tomcat prominently throughout the film. Audiences were captivated by the aircraft's speed, maneuverability, and dramatic appearance. The movie transformed the Tomcat into a cultural icon and inspired countless young people to pursue careers in aviation and the military. Even decades later, many people still associate the F-14 with some of the most memorable scenes in aviation cinema. Beyond its Hollywood fame, the Tomcat continued proving its value in real-world military operations. During the 1980s, it participated in several confrontations involving U.S. naval forces. Tomcat crews conducted patrols over international waters, monitored potential threats, and maintained air superiority whenever required. Their missions often involved long hours of flying, intense concentration, and readiness to respond instantly to emerging situations. The aircraft's combat record demonstrated its effectiveness. Tomcats were involved in numerous engagements throughout their service life, achieving air-to-air victories and supporting military operations across multiple regions. Their combination of speed, radar capability, and weapon systems made them formidable opponents. Many military analysts considered the F-14 one of the most capable fighter aircraft ever deployed from an aircraft carrier. As technology advanced during the 1990s, the role of the Tomcat expanded further. Originally designed primarily as an interceptor, the aircraft evolved into a multi-role platform capable of precision strike missions. Upgrades allowed the Tomcat to carry advanced targeting pods and precision-guided munitions. This transformation gave commanders greater flexibility and extended the aircraft's operational relevance in a changing military environment. During operations over the Middle East, Tomcats conducted reconnaissance missions, provided air cover, and delivered precision strikes against designated targets. Pilots appreciated the aircraft's range, payload capacity, and performance characteristics. Despite being an older design compared to some newer fighters, the Tomcat continued demonstrating remarkable effectiveness in combat environments. The aircraft's design also contributed significantly to its popularity. With its twin vertical tails, broad fuselage, powerful engines, and variable sweep wings, the F-14 possessed a distinctive appearance unlike any other fighter jet. Aviation enthusiasts often describe it as one of the most beautiful military aircraft ever created. Whether parked on a carrier deck or soaring through the sky, the Tomcat projected an image of strength, speed, and capability. However, operating the F-14 was not without challenges. The aircraft was large, complex, and expensive to maintain. Its sophisticated systems required extensive support, and keeping the fleet mission-ready demanded significant resources. Maintenance crews worked tirelessly to ensure each aircraft remained in peak condition. Their efforts were essential to the success of every mission, even though they often received less public attention than the pilots who flew the aircraft. As newer aircraft entered service, military planners began evaluating the future of the Tomcat fleet. Advances in technology produced fighters with improved avionics, reduced maintenance requirements, and enhanced capabilities. Eventually, the U.S. Navy selected the F/A-18E/F Super Hornet to assume many of the roles previously performed by the F-14. The transition reflected changing operational requirements and the ongoing evolution of military aviation. Despite these developments, the Tomcat remained in service for many years. Pilots who flew the aircraft often expressed deep admiration for its capabilities and performance. Many described it as a pilot's airplane, powerful and responsive while demanding skill and respect. Flying the Tomcat required dedication, training, and confidence. Those who mastered it became part of a proud tradition within naval aviation. The final years of F-14 service were marked by both nostalgia and appreciation. Aviation enthusiasts gathered to watch farewell flights and retirement ceremonies. Veterans shared stories of missions, deployments, and experiences involving the aircraft. For many, the Tomcat represented more than just a machine. It symbolized an era of aviation history defined by technological innovation, Cold War competition, and extraordinary achievements in military flight. In September 2006, the U.S. Navy officially retired the F-14 Tomcat from active service. The retirement marked the end of more than 3 decades of operational history. Although newer aircraft had replaced it, the Tomcat's legacy remained secure. Few military aircraft have achieved the same level of recognition, admiration, and cultural impact. Today, the F-14 continues to inspire aviation enthusiasts around the world. Museums proudly display preserved examples, allowing visitors to appreciate the aircraft up close. Airshows and historical exhibits often feature Tomcat displays that attract large crowds. Books, documentaries, and films continue exploring its history and accomplishments. Even people with limited knowledge of military aviation often recognize the aircraft immediately. The Tomcat's influence extends beyond its operational service. Many technologies and concepts pioneered during its development helped shape future generations of fighter aircraft. Engineers learned valuable lessons about radar integration, weapons systems, crew coordination, and carrier-based operations. These lessons contributed to ongoing advancements in military aviation technology. The aircraft also represents the dedication of the thousands of people who designed, built, maintained, and operated it. Engineers transformed ambitious ideas into reality. Factory workers assembled complex components with precision and care. Maintenance crews ensured the aircraft remained ready for action. Pilots and radar intercept officers carried out demanding missions under challenging conditions. Together, they created a legacy that continues to be